All right, so we are in Premiere Pro and we have our sequence that has all of the footage for this project in it. These clips here have dialogue in them, but this audio, I'll just push the plus button a few times to zoom in there on the timeline. This audio is camera audio, also known as guide audio. We have the H6 external recorder that recorded audio more clearly from the lavalier mic that you can see right up here. So the next thing we need to do is import the audio from the H6. I'm just going to push the minus button on my Mac to zoom back out on the timeline. I will push Command Tab to tab over to the Finder window, and let's drag the entire H6 folder into our timeline. Great, so the next thing that we need to do is sync our guide audio that is attached to the clips with our external audio recordings from the H6. I'm going to move this project panel over, and I'm going to duplicate this sequence here, the all footage sequence. I'm choosing to duplicate it rather than creating a new sequence because by duplicating this sequence, so right-clicking and pushing duplicate, this new sequence will keep all of the settings that have been applied to the original sequence so that I don't have to spend time recreating all of the settings for a new sequence from scratch. So let's change the name here to dialogue. All right, so for this dialogue sequence, I'm going to highlight and delete the clips that don't have audio underneath them. Okay, so I'm left with only these 6 clips that have the audio underneath them, and I'm going to show you how to sync your audio with an external audio recorder directly in Premiere Pro. You can also choose to sync your audio manually. This can introduce mistakes. If you're even a hair off, when your audience watches the video, they'll be able to tell that something's a little bit off. So I prefer to use this auto sync tool directly in Premiere Pro. So what we're going to do is hit the arrow to drop down the H6 audio. I'm going to bring in audio 1L onto the timeline, and let's drag this up. I'm going to click the plus button and I'm going to highlight the clip and this audio. The next thing I'm going to do now that these are highlighted is right click on the audio clip, and I'm going to go up to synchronize and push synchronize. Okay, so we want to make sure that audio is clicked and that clip start, clip end, and time code are not clicked. Push OK. And Premiere Pro has done a great job at syncing that audio. So now we have both the guide audio, as you can see here in the blue, and the left channel audio here in the green. Remember, we also have the right channel as well. So now that we have that synced up, I'm going to drag the right channel down here. As you can see, currently we only have 4 audio tracks. You can see that by looking at the left here. Let's add 2 more. So we will right click the audio track there and click on add track. We could also do this faster by clicking add tracks here, and you can choose how many tracks you want to add. So for video, we'll add 0 tracks. For audio, you could add 5 more tracks. We just need the 1, so we will push OK. And let's drag the timeline up. Now, as you can see, we have 6 audio tracks. That's perfect. So we will drag the right channel down more. And the right channel and left channel of audio 1 are the exact same size, which makes it really easy to eyeball where you need that right channel to go. There you go. They line up perfectly, so you know that they will be in sync. Another option that I love in Premiere is the snap option. It's right here. The shortcut for that is pushing S on your keyboard. So the great thing about snap is with it on, I'll just show you, as we are moving this right channel audio and we get close to where the cursor is, it will snap directly to where that cursor is. It makes it very easy to line up things. If we turned it off, so I've pushed S to turn it off, you can see it's off now because it's not highlighted in blue. And we move this around, it doesn't snap where that cursor is, which leaves me guessing. See, I thought I was right, but I was a little bit off. So I have to move it over a little bit more. So I prefer to keep snap on always. So I'm going to push S again. You can see that it's on. Perfect. Now that we have the first clip synced up, let's get the other one synced up. I'm going to speed up this portion of the recording because you get the idea of how to sync this now, and you can follow along as well. One thing to note, if you want to zoom into your timeline on a specific spot, I want to zoom in right here. You have to move the cursor, which is this blue line here, to your next destination on the timeline. If not, I'll show you. I'm going to push the plus button on the timeline. Premiere Pro will automatically zoom into wherever the cursor is. So let's push the minus button to zoom back out, move the cursor to this next clip, and now push the plus button to zoom in. We'll move that over. Okay, I can also add both the right channel and left channel to the timeline and highlight the clip and both audio channels. Right click, push synchronize, audio is checked, and push OK. All right, now that we have all of the audio synced up, I am going to just get rid of the negative space in between each clips by highlighting the negative space and pushing delete on my keyboard. I'm going to scrub over to the very beginning of the timeline here and push the plus button. I know that the left channel of audio, for the most part, is the audio that we want to work with. That's the audio that, when it was recorded, was set to the ideal decibel level for recording. We will only use the right channel audio, which is on tracks 5 and 6, if we peaked anywhere in the left channel audio. So let's mute these top 2 tracks that are the camera audio guide, and we'll mute tracks 5 and 6 so that we can only hear and are going to only be working with the left channel audio for the time being. That is the fastest way to sync your audio within Premiere Pro. And in the next lesson, we are going to look at how to flip and size the 4K images that we have here in our dialogue sequence, as well as trimming out and choosing which dialogue parts we like most for our project.